Back live here on the South Rink. JV action just about set to go. The Longwood Lions and the St. Anthony's Friars. St. Anthony's Black to be exact. The 11-1 St. Anthony's Friars, who only loss came back on November the 12th, 7-1 against East Islip. Since then, they've won a few in a row, safe to say, and 3-1 win over a tough Smithtown Hauppauge Red team that's actually a point, I believe, ahead of the Friars. My apologies. I think that I actually got that wrong off of what I'm reading. No, I had it right. The Friars are a point ahead of the Bulls, currently in the top spot of the JV division, and that win secured that for the time being. The Lions 7-3-2, very respectable opening couple months for them. 6-2 winners over Connecticut Sayville their last time out. And how about the performance from Ryan Fink? 2 goals in that one. These two teams did meet back on September the 26th. That was a 7-0 win, however, for St. Anthony's. Lawler, 2 goals, 1 assist. McCormick, 2 goals. Savalos, 2 assists. Shimkis coming over from Middle Country, 1 goal, 1 assist. And a shutout for St. Anthony's. With Johnny Malizia on camera, I'm Brady Campbell. Strap in, it should be a good one. We'll step aside for a quick break. When we come back, starting goalies and puck drop right here on the LI Sports Network. Set to go between Longwood and St. Anthony's Black. Starting goalies for St. Anne's, it's going to be number 32, Brandon Huber. 6 starts, 1.17 goals against. He's 6-0, and boy, has he been locked in. For Longwood, number 30, Mark Nocerino. 7 starts, 3.43 goals against average. He's 4-2-1 as the puck is down and we are underway. The Friars in the whites and the Longwood Lions in, I believe that's black. Could be a very dark green, but in the dark uniforms tonight. And the Friars start with possession. Pass comes up top. Daniel Munch loads up a slapper. Redirected down. A couple big saves for Nocerino right off the bat. Munch goes down within. Now it's wrapped all the way around, and Liam Healy on it. Back up top. Friars pressuring early, and they get the first goal. Oh, what a fast-paced start to this hockey game. That one redirected out in front, and it's 1-0 St. Anne's. Shot from out high, hit somebody into the top shelf. Moments after a couple big saves from Nocerino. But it's Ryan Palladino. He was the one that took the shot. He'll get credit for the goal from Liam Healy and Nicholas Lawler. Have the Friars down in front, and here they come again. Drop pass. That time intercepted by Jeremy Maresca. And just fired back out by Nicholas Shepard, the leading point getter for Longwood with 20. Shot on, save Nocerino. Now it's Christopher Bellaro. Bellaro looking to fly up the ice after that opening minute was tilted in favor of St. Anne's, but Fink is offside, and we get a whistle. And I do want to go back to just prior to that goal. How about this shot from Munch, redirected into the 5-hole? Oh, no, Sereno, and it comes free. And how about this save that he makes on Aspromonte with the left pad? Kept it tied for the time being before the goal from Palladino. And here they come again. Drop pass, shot, score! What a rip that was from Alec Giacoppi. It's 2-0 Friars. Drop pass from Camastro here. How about that? Just able to poke it over at the last moment to Giacoppi, who wires that shot. So all Friars here in the opening minute and a half. Minute and 54 seconds. Excuse me, minute and 24 seconds. Now it's Munch. Trying to get through and could not get by the stick of Cole Holmes. Holmes fanned on the pass. This is Palladino, who gets tied up in the corner. Zeno in to help. It's a 1-on-3, but working it free was Palladino. And St. Anthony's comes back out. This is Jake Byers. Just whips it across the ice, getting to it. Nicholas Lawler plays it around the boards. Wrapped back behind by Healy. Goes down to Lawler. Lawler, Healy in the circle. Skate to stick, glove save. No Sereno, and he and his team needed that one. So Friars are flying early in the opening 2.5 minutes. Face-off win defensively for Longwood. Joseph Arenzo wraps it around the boards. Flip towards the line. Held in. Giacoppi. He's got one. Looking for another. Played away. Welter up top. Another look out high. Stick save. No Sereno. It stays in play off the try from Trezera. Big collision in the corner. It pops out to Trezera. Lets one fly again. Save. Centering pass intercepted by Nicotri. Nicotri tied up. Goes around for Bellaro. Longwood looking to clear the zone here, and they will. 3-on-2 if they push it. Over the line, this is Gaudiello. Shot glove save by Huber, and he gets the whistle. First real test of Brandon Huber tonight by Longwood. Captain Nicotri glides in to take the face-off against Healy. And wins it back. Bouncing puck, Bellaro. Stick lifted by Healy. Takes it with him. 2-on-1, potential 3-on-1. Now it gets slowed down. Healy will just try and drop it off. Nicotri stole it. Munch held it in. Daniel Munch, nice move. Couldn't get through Nicotri though. And this is Bellaro back up ice. Had it taken away. And here's Munch right back in. Daniel Munch, drag, shoots, fought off by the goalie, No Sereno, who gets the start tonight. Kasper Stabinski on the bench. Stabinski has 4 stars, 3.25 goals against. He was the guy last year for Longwood. No Sereno getting a little bit more of the workload this season. Face-off win for St. Anne's, but the puck available and just comes out to center, and they had to recover a bit there. Charging ahead was Keith McLaughlin. Played out by Trezera. Fink was a stride ahead of the defense of St. Anne's, but to no avail. It's coming back with it now is Lawler. Lawler takes it wide. Lawler to the corner. Hard check into the boards. He was upended by Hickson. Gets back to his feet, and the puck comes his way. Centers it off the stick of No Sereno. Play toward the line. Munch pinches down to hold it. Now it's Lawler. Looking, slides it up top. Settled down. Stretch pass across. Healy steps and shoots. Save No Sereno. Healy Nocerino trying to scramble back into his cage as Munch took it around the goal, got upended, and gave the puck away. Stretch pass out to Fink. Ryan Fink sends it ahead. Could be a breakaway. They score! What an effort by Jeremy Maresca. The Lions come back and cut the deficit in half. What a play by Ryan Fink to stretch it to Maresca. Not sure if he was going to be able to catch it. Huber got caught in between. Overall held his ground pretty well, but Maresca brings it to the forehand. Just had enough of an angle to beat him. His team leading 15th of the season. Longwood back within one. Trezera tries to go around the boards as the Lions look to gain some momentum from that. 3 goals here in the opening 5 minutes. Back in, centering pass. Shikopi got it. Skate to stick and the left pad stop. Nocerino's been pretty good early here, all things considered. Brought out to the front again. Giacopi ripped out of midair by Nocerino. High flying start to this opening period, and Giacopi, who got the second one already for St. Anne's, just turns the corner there. No one plays him. Figured they'll take the shot, but a great save. Shot from the line again, ends up wide. Off the try from Trezera. He's going to try it again. Got slowed up and ends up behind the cage. This is Bolaro. Bolaro has some open ice to work with here. He'll take it. Bolaro takes it wide. Puck want to come with him. He got stapled to the boards by Giacopi. Homus in to help. Instead, it's Trezera now. And the defenseman will bring it in. Nice move to the backhand. Flips it across. Taken away, and back up ice come the Lions. Poked out by Bolaro. Both teams completing changes here. Bolaro will slow things down. Comes across to Shepard. Shepard, a bit of room. He'll gain the zone and hammer it around. Tie up, it comes back to Shepard. Right through the slot. Pinching in Byers, but it gets by him and worked out by Camastro. And then Shepard wins possession back. Byers ahead, intercepted by Healy. Healy with Nicotri on his back, keeps it moving, and it's the Friars who enter the zone, give the puck right back, and then an interception by Lawler in neutral ice. Backhand pass, and in come the Friars. Defender stumbles down, shot from the outside, save made by Nocerino. That was Hickson, who's back to his feet now. Palladino keeps the play alive in the offensive zone. Centering pass intercepted. Nicotri back in. Nicotri stood up by Munch. Shepard fanned on the centering pass. Nicotri came back at him. Those two come together, and now Healy back up the ice. Lawler takes it wide, takes it around. Munch creeping down. Lawler will wrap it all the way back up. Tries to cut through, lost the handle of the puck. Halfway through the first, 2-1 lead for St. Anne's. Nicotri couldn't get it out. Munch, a great stick, moves it, give and go, and went across to Lawler though, and he couldn't get a shot away, and then just reverse his course. Longwood though will bring it out. From the red line, played in, a bit of a collision there, and downwind Aspromonte. Munch, defenseman with a very offensive mind. He brings it in. What a move through his own legs. Ran out of room. So he tried to stuff it short side, but he was under heavy pressure defensively. Penalty upcoming here against Longwood. I believe a hooking call on the way as Munch had his stick tied up. And Maresca, the goal scorer for Longwood, will go to the box. So the first power play of tonight's game will go to St. Anthony's. Already has the 2-1 lead. It was 2-0 though. Longwood trying to mount a comeback as that's offside against the Friars. Face-off win for the Friars, and then look out here. Giveaway, Fink pokes to the head. Fink gonna try to catch it. Giving away to him, and he gets a good look short-handed. And Huber makes the save. Oh, Aiden Pape served that one up on the platter for Fink, who got the assist on the first goal. Looked like he wouldn't get there, and then he was able to find that loose puck. Ran out of a great angle, though, and good save by Huber. Back the other way. This is Papa, or rather Healy. Tries to slide it in front. Lorenzo clears it away. Palladino, D to D, Munch. Munch. Goes down the boards, back out to Daniel Munch. Down for Palladino under pressure. Centering pass off a stick, right out to Munch. Flips it down the boards. Return to him. Approaching 1 minute left on the penalty. A shot. Stick save on Aspromonte. Healy behind the goal. Played away. Lawler banked it towards the front. And an aggressive stick by Nocerino. Kept the puck out of harm's way. Towards the line. Palladino holds it in. Back down Aspromonte. For Lawler. A lot of passing here. Not a whole lot towards the goal. Lawler misses. Munch. Nice move to give himself some room here. Takes it topside, drops it off. Healy in the final 20. Munch. Back down for Healy. Healy steps to the circle. Blocked down. Lorenzo had his clear slowed up, and Fink sends it the rest of the way. That'll just about do it for the kill. And indeed, a big kill for Longwood. Back in comes St. Anne's. Their defense in the change, though, and here's Bellaro by himself. Bellaro shoots, didn't miss the top of the net by much. Zeno worked it down the boards, but it's fired out down the ice, and an icing against St. Anthony's. As Longwood trying to generate some momentum from the penalty kill. 4:21 left, period one. Tie up in the circle, comes towards the line. Shot through traffic, right pad save. And back out comes Giacopi. Drags, shoots, fallen out by Nocerino. He was screened by his own defender, Hickson there. Camastro takes it free. Up in the air, it wouldn't go. And another try ends up wide. Stuff attempt, Nocerino holds his post. He's calling for a whistle. And it's in the net, and it will count. Nocerino not happy about something. I think it's his mask, and he's showing the official. But it looks like the goal is going to count here. See him waving at the official. Giacopi's going to just center this puck in front. Off a skate, and I believe it's going to be his goal. Moments after this save. Pops up in the air. And I believe that actually hit one of the defenders in front, which would be Jake Byers. So this is Giacopi's second of the game. Ryan Welter will pick up the assist on a chaotic play in front of the cage. Lions trying to come right back. Shepard gave it up. Cleared ahead towards Lawler. Another good stick by Bellaro. Hammered in by Gianluca Trezera. Here's Orenzo. Up the boards to Bellaro. Saucer's one that bounces past Shepard. Under pressure and going down that time is Trezera. Ends up behind the cage and rescued that time by Anthony Espermonti and cleared back out. Orenzo up the boards. Michael Gaudiello to Bellaro. Bellaro back in. Looking backdoor, feeds it on goal. Saved by Huber. Healy in neutral ice. Trying to shake free. Oh, Fink. Healy towards the slot. Had it knocked away. 3-on-2. Bellaro flips it ahead. Shepard trying to drop it off. Comes back to Bellaro in the circle. Toe drag. Bellaro couldn't get it to go. Believe Huber got a piece. Tough angle try. He makes another save and is able to get the whistle. How about this move from Chris Bellaro? The toe drag and just off that right shoulder. A big save for Brandon Huber. Came up with a couple more in the ensuing sequence. 2:22 left in period number 1 as St. Anne's trying to carry a 2-goal lead into the proverbial locker room. This is Munch. Giveaway. Shot in tight. Save Huber. Comes back out. Fink hammered one wide. Laps all the way around and back out. Jake Byers. D&D, D to D, they play catch. Played back in by Camastro, intercepted by Fink. Comes to the line and back out for Ryan Palladino. Leaves it for Munch, 100 seconds left in the period. Giacoppi pokes it ahead. Alec Giacoppi takes it wide, centers it in front. They score. Oh, what a play. First goal. Camastro set up Giacoppi, and Giacoppi returns the favor with a beautiful Deacon pass. And an easy finish for Joseph Camastro. Really turned this game on its head late in the first period. It was a late push there in those last few minutes for Longwood. They come up empty and St. Anne's comes back down and scores again. With 90 seconds left in the opening 15. Holmes looking for Preston Dope as Longwood looking to come back and get one here late, but instead it's Healy. Healy down the slot, had it knocked away. Holmes swept it out. This is Trezera. Pass intercepted. Holmes right back in. Gave it up to Pape. Final minute, period number 1. Bellaro separated from the puck. He'll chase in after it. Gets it, then it had it taken away. Near giveaway there as Healy almost took that one off to the races 1-on-1. Now he does, makes a move. Healy, cut back, shoot, and save Nocerino. Rebound, Healy slid it right through the top of the crease. Camastro down the boards. Longwood just trying to survive this period. Nocerino got a stick on that. Final half minute, flip towards the front. Camastro tried to bank it around. Bellaro read the play and skates it back out. Last chance for Longwood here in the first. Bellaro nearly got through Pape, but he got a skate on it. Waller will just flip it out. 10 seconds left in the period. And Lorenzo plays it ahead. Dope keeps it moving. That'll end the first. St. Anthony's a strong start and a strong finish to the first period. They lead it 4-1 after the opening 15 minutes of play, looking to get their 12th win on the season. We'll take a brief timeout. When we come back, we'll drop the puck on the second period upcoming here on LI Sports Network. One period in the books, back for the second here on LI Sports Network. I'm Brady Campbell, joined alongside Johnny Malizia on the camera. It's a 4-1 lead for St. Anthony's as they got the first two and the last two of period number one here over the Longwood Lions. During the intermission, we saw Mark Nocerino chatting with the linesmen. Of course, we couldn't quite hear what they were saying, but I'd imagine it was something to do with that third St. Anthony's goal, where it looked like one of the straps was loose for Nocerino. He's trying to call to the official, and in the process of all that, the puck ended up in the back of the net, and the Friars off to a good start again. Munch behind his own goal. He was everywhere in that first period. For Giacoppi, who's had himself a start. 2 goals and an assist. Trying to move it here is Welter, and the Cotree from the line, and that one almost looked like it almost fooled Brandon Huber, but he got a stick on it. Now it's Palladino. Red line it in. All the way around, and the first one on it here will be Giacoppi, but he overskated a bit, and Munch stapled to the boards. Was able to hold it in, though. Cleared out towards Shepard. Could be a 2-on-1 here. Great play across. Shepard couldn't get a stick on it. Diving play from Gaudiello to try and set it up as he was closed off by Palladino. Just out of the reach of Nicholas Shepard, who swatted at it. Couldn't get much on it. Couldn't get really anything on it there. Now it's Munch, the steal in neutral ice. Daniel Munch back in. Curls up top. Healy from the circle. Hit his own man in front, Lawler, and that one stings. It's like it may have caught him around the wrist, right wrist. Around to Trezera. Trezera just snaps one back door towards Camastro. Overplayed it, and Hickson brings it out. The Lions, 3-on-2, 4-on-2, and will still be a 2-on-2 as Hickson tries to backhand one right through the crease. And deflected out by Healy. This is Hickson. Saucer pass. Goes all the way through. No icing. And Trezera will get there. Goes hard around. Off the boards. Deflected to Healy by Aspermonte. And Healy back in. Tried to drop it to Aspermonte. He was a bit behind him. Maresca harassed by Aspermonte. Keeps him moving up the ice for McLaughlin. Bolaro back in the slot. McLaughlin looking for one more. What a play! And it's backhanded home by Maresca. Cuts the deficit in half. It's a 4-2 game. How about this unselfish play by Maresca, or rather McLaughlin to Maresca. Somehow able to slide that through, and then with Huber at his mercy there, trying to get out to play that puck, Maresca just able to slide that one past him. 12:05 left here in the second, and we have ourselves a hockey game once again. And how will the Friars respond? They usually do accordingly. Shot on from the neutral zone, played away by Nocerino. This is Bellaro. Bellaro in a bit of trouble from Lawler, who seems to be okay after getting hit in the wrist on the shot by Liam Healy. This is McLaughlin again. Got slowed up at the line. Maresca from McLaughlin and Bellaro. Trezera in front, they score! Well, looks to be Lawler. Seems like that wrist is okay after being hit with the shot. He gets the goal here to restore the 3-goal lead for St. Anthony's. Just able to jam that one past Nocerino. This is Giacompi, who has goals 7 and 8 on the season tonight with 2. Camastro gets to it. Maresca's got goals 15 and 16. Palladino shot blocked and cleared back out. Every time Longwood has gotten within a goal or two, St. Anthony's has responded. Giveaway, centering pass intercepted. And this is Munch. Munch goes to the circle, aggressive stick that time from Nocerino. Leaving the puck behind that time was Welter. Camastro couldn't get it to settle. Goes down the wall with it. Palladino, rather Giacompi, has it knocked away and cleared back out. Munch brings it in, takes it wide. Daniel Munch behind the goal, shakes free. Tried to slide it through, couldn't get it there. Ends up in the corner. Munch going to work again. Byers on the tie-up on Welter. 2-on-2 battle down there. Munch lost his stick for a moment. Goes back behind the net. Ryan Hickson will get there. Look over his options, looking for Zano. Hits someone, goes down the ice. Long shift here for Munch, and he's got it. Doesn't seem to have lost all that much juice, though, as he's flying back in. Munch takes it around, stops behind the goal, draws a few defenders to him. His pass got slowed up, and he's on it again. Goes back towards the line. Healy steps up. Comes back to Munch, holds it in, and now he's going to hustle across ice looking for the change. Pops out towards Shepard, gave it away. Aspermonte. Take away Hickson, gave it right back to Healy, who left the puck behind, and back in comes McLaughlin. Now gone to yellow, lost it. Comes to the line. Bellaro. Give and go. Bellaro to the circle. One more down low, looking for another give and go, and that one wouldn't get through. And here comes Lawler back in. Drops it towards Healy, knocked away from him. Bellaro turns and fires up ahead. Cross ice, Nicotri. Bellaro going to the goal. Nicotri on goal. Save made by Huber, and he gets the whistle. .8:28 left, second period, approaching halfway point of regulation, and the 3-goal lead for St. Anthony's, who is a point ahead of Smithtown Hauppauge Red for first in the JV division. The Bulls are idle tonight, and Friars looking to pick up their 12th victory of the season. Longwood hoping for a comeback. Bolaro trying to kickstart that. Save made by Huber. McCotree trying to get it deep, unable to do so, and worked up the boards. Bolaro back to his feet, didn't get much on it. Did keep the play alive, however, for a moment before it's cleared back out. Now it's Arenzo. Pass got slowed up. McCotree on the forecheck. Shepard takes the puck away. Back in come the Lions. Shepard from the outside. Save. Big rebound. They score! And it's McCotree. Big rebound. Pops out to him, and he makes no mistake on the backhand. Lions back within 2 once again. 3-on-2 into the zone. Shepard just throws it towards the net off the right pad. McCotree in the blink of an eye back on goal and gets his team back within 2. 7:45 left in period 2. This is Byers. For Hickson. He's checked to the boards. Clear towards the line. And out. Maresca leaves it for Fink. Fink back in. Shot from the outside. Stopped by Huber. Fink. Maresca. Back down Fink. It hit off his stick. Popped out towards the side of the goal. Healy trying to go up the boards. Flips it towards the line. Maresca holds it and gets it deep again. Palladino and Fink lock up. Fink towards the front. Backhand try. Kick save. Maresca spins one again towards the goal. And Huber covers. Oh, couple big saves for Brandon Huber. Keeps his team in front by 2 as the Lions starting to press a little bit here. St. Anne's clears past the glove of Byers and down the ice. Around the boards from Hickson. Palladino. Down to Lawler. Rather, Healy now down to Lawler. Into the skates of Hickson, and Hickson will skate into it. Hickson up the ice. Defenseman flying in. It's offside. Fink disagreeing with the linesman, but he was the guilty party. We get a whistle here with 6.5 to play. So Captain Brandon McCotree from That Can't Be Right, Kasper Stabinski and Joseph Arenzo. Kasper Stabinski has been on the bench all night as the backup goalie. Shepard will likely end up getting that primary assist. Giacopi sitting on 2 goals from the red line in. Stick save from Nocerino. Near giveaway behind the goal. Instead, though, Bolaro emerges within. Here goes Christopher Bolaro. Bolaro takes it wide. Maintains possession around the goal. Bolaro draws a few defenders to him. Goes towards the front. Intercepted by Giacopi, and he clears. Giveaway. Welter just on sign, and his shot gets muffled off to the corner. Hammered up the boards. Homish trying to find it, as is Trezera. And behind the back pass from Zeno was intercepted. Now it's Dope off the pass from Arenzo. They're back ahead. Zeno goes down hard. And back in Giacopi to the circle. Giacopi scores! And that's a hat trick for Alec Giacopi. It restores a 3-goal lead for St. Anne's. And Longwood just pretty much let him walk right in here. And Alex says, thank you very much. I'll take my third goal. And roofs that one for his 9th goal on the campaign. A little over 5 minutes left in the period. Now Longwood looking to respond again. Got a yellow. Could not get through Palladino. Now it's Liam Healy. Healy back in, trying to drag through. No Sereno will play their way. Aspromonte, return feed towards the front. Nicotri kept it away. Now it's Shepard behind the back pass. Nicotri, 2-on-1 developing here. It's chopped away. Shepard overskated it. Would have been a 2-on-1 in tight and step back the other way. St. Anne's 4-on-2. Munch shoots, fought off by No Sereno. High shot there. Munch down to Healy. Healy shot that one out of play after a couple nice moves and tried to roof it. A little bit too high. Healy wins the draw back to Munch. Munch through traffic, knocked down. Healy looking for the rebound, played away by Nicotri, not out. Palladino down to Healy, back to Palladino. From the goal line, now takes it behind the cage. Hickson all over him, under 4 minutes left. In period 2, giveaway, Lawler. Off the skate of Healy. And just clear down the ice, and this will be an icing. With 3:44 left. Jacobi to take the face off against Maresca. Now Bellaro looks for a path out. It's been everywhere tonight for the Lions as number 32 in the dark green, black colored jerseys. Hard to tell from up here. Clear down the ice, no icing. Lorenzo back on it, takes a bump from Camastro as he flipped it up the ice. Rather, that's Trezera, and Bellaro couldn't get through. Giacopi. Trezera stumbled a bit. Final 3 minutes of the period. Just out of the reach of McLaughlin on that pass, where they had some room there. McLaughlin, though, to the corner, tried to center. Knocked away. Cleared out towards Giacopi. He's got 3 already. Giacopi on goal. It slides through. Another for Alec Giacopi. Second of the period. 4th of the game. Biggest lead tonight for St. Anthony's. Using the defender as a screen here, and No Sereno played it pretty well, but it sneaks through that 5-hole and just across the line. So St. Anne's almost in cruise control here. Still a full period left, but they certainly like to get this one to the horn with a 4-goal lead or bigger. Aspromonte down to Lorenzo. Maresca. Palladino holds it in. Hammered around by Aspromonte. Healy gets to it. Lorenzo knocked him off the puck. Munch steps into one, deflected high off the glass. Maresca had Bellaro breaking. As the defenseman was way up the ice, and we can certainly expect that here from Longwood. Probably more so in the third period. Interception by the Friars. And here comes Munch, trying to turn into a 2-on-1 with Espermonte. Pass across to Munch, bouncing puck. Great work there by Bellara. Munch still with it though, slid it across out of the reach of Healy. Healy couldn't quite dance through. And it's worked back out by Longwood. Back in comes Munch. Munch right down the slot. No, Sereno makes the save. Second of 3 tonight on the South Rink. First of our 2 JV games. Coming up next, Kings Park Comac against Northport Huntington. Shot off a body in front and ends up at the side of the net. Cleared away by Longwood. No icing. It went past Camastro. Or rather, that's Pape. Gets to it. Final 60 seconds of the period. Giacopi didn't know where the puck was, and that was a little dangerous for Longwood or St. Anne's. Back in. Trozera, shot blocker save. This is Zeno. Now pass to Dope. Pinball's out to center. Pape has a little bit of trouble on it. Zeno all over him. Home has stepped up, but it's cleared out. Final 30 seconds. 3-on-2. Comes St. Anne's. Load up and a shot by Trozera. Steered aside. Comes to the corner. Centers it again. Giacopi. Right pad save. No Sereno. With the stop. Centering pass. One-timer. And how about this performance tonight from Alec Giacopi? His 5th of the game with 3 seconds left in period 2. Certainly a performance to remember from number 26. As the biggest lead of the game now grows to 5, the one-timer right through No Sereno. That should basically kill this second period. 3.5 seconds left. Face-off win for St. Anne's, and they'll take a 5-goal lead to the horn. Giacopi piles on a couple more. He's got 5 tonight, and his team leads by 5. 8-3 St. Anne's. Third period on the way next year on LI Sports Network. .30 minutes down, 15 to go here on the LI Sports Network. With Johnny Malizia on camera, I'm Brady Campbell. 5-goal lead, St. Anthony's Black over Longwood 8-3 as they look for their 12th win of the season. 5 goals tonight for Alec Giacoppi. Palladino shoots, knocked down by Believe. Indeed, we do get a goalie switch for Longwood. Entering the game will be number 54, Kasper Stabinski. 7 games started, 3.43 goals against. He's 4-2-1. He's going to have to be good if his team wants any remote chance of coming back here, down 5 in the third. Lawler to Palladino. Shot slowed up. Bellaro trying to stretch it out. Munch in the way of Gaudiello. And Munch comes right back in. Slides it across. Healy. Nice move. Save by Stabinski. Welcome to the game, Kasper. Flipped on top of the cage there as they went for that Ducks play. Trevor Zegras operated a few years ago. The flip pass from behind the goal. It hit a glove and landed on top, so we get the whistle. St. Anthony's team a plus 42 goal differential. In a game that I don't believe has seen a penalty yet either. Or rather, there was one. There was a hooking call against Jeremy Maresca. Just the 29th and 30th penalty minutes of the season for Longwood. Right towards the bottom of the JV division in PIMS as that goes out of play. Which, of course, is a stat you want to be towards the bottom of the league in. Another face-off deep in the Lions zone. Comes around towards Camastro. Throws it down low. Centering pass. Giacoppi. Not this time. I believe Stabinski got a piece. Hickson with the hip check on Giacoppi, and both of them go down. Pass out towards Fink, a bit behind him. And this is Trezera. Pape. Back for Trezera. Pass a bit behind Giacoppi and out. Ryan Hickson. Stretches one across, and now a pass towards Fink, slowed up. Ryan Fink on it. Leaves it behind the goal, and Giacoppi will outlet. Played ahead by St. Anne's. Holding the line is Ryan Welter. Maresca, though, around the boards for Hickson. Hickson up the wall towards Fink. Fink trying to bank it out, held in by Trezera. And that's the game at this point for St. Anne's. Just keep the puck ahead of you. And that one takes a funny hop off the stanchion and kicked away right to Ryan Fink, who's trying to power through. Great recovery by Healy. Nearly an awkward breakaway almost for Ryan Fink that time. But Healy with the strong back check. Hickson towards McLaughlin. It gets by him, and here's Munch. Daniel Munch works back in towards the circle. Munch separated from the puck. Munch steps through, comes out Palladino. Shot blocked by Hickson. Centering pass. Didn't make it through, and now Maresca. All St. Anne's here. So we're still looking for a first goal of the period. Pops out to Stabinski, who covers. St. Anne's doesn't necessarily need any more to get the win, as long as they keep the play in front of them. It's 11:31 left. Another O-zone win. Palladino got the scoring started tonight with a point shot. To stop that time. Munch wires one, and Stabinski squeezes and holds on. So Stabinski certainly greeted rudely into this hockey game in the third period, but he's held strong so far. Up in the circle, Lawler chops at it, pops up in the air. Swing from Bellaro, a couple swings from Bellaro. Now comes to Healy in the circle off a stick and into the netting. Lorenzo bails out his teammate. $11:09 remaining. An easy win for Longwood that time. Around to Bellaro. Lorenzo intercepted by Lawler, who takes a deep center in front, and Healy scores. Liam Healy on the board with 10:55 left. Makes it a 9-3 game for St. Anne's. Great vision here by Lawler. And Healy just under the bar. That should basically put this game to bed just about officially, as Byers goes around towards Shepard. Glove down by Nicotri. A steal here, and back in comes Gaudiello. Bouncing puck, Shepard fanned on the shot. Another try blocked by Pape, and back out come the Friars. Welter towards Pape, a bit behind him. To the line, not out. This is Hickson for Gaudiello. Snaps one back to Byers. Now Hickson all the way around, slowed up by Welter, but Shepard feeds it on to Nicotri. He's got one tonight. Great defense by Pape. Shepard holds it in. Nicotri, Gaudiello, one-timer off the post. Back in front, another save for Huber. Nicotri takes it high. Longwood looking for a little response here. Byers, shot knocked down, toe save, and the rebound put wide. Looked like there was an open net. Camastro back in. Camastro stuffs one on goal, saved by Stabinski. Trozara's stick taken right out of his hand. And numbers here for Longwood. Shepard for Gaudiello. Off a stick and behind the net, Shepard right back in front. Huber makes a save. And Trezera redlining in, takes a hit there from Hickson. Byers under pressure. Lawler wrestled the puck away. Under 9 minutes left. Lawler behind his back. Byers wrestles him to the ground. And Nicotri. Outlets towards Gaudiello. Shepard skates into it. Poked by Trezera, just throws it across the ice. And now Lawler nearly gave it up at the line. It works out though for St. Anne's, and here's Healy. Back in, Liam Healy through traffic, saves Stabinski. Bellaro. Back up ice for the Longwood Lions. His pass towards the goal. Deflected behind the cage and banked out by Lawler. Delayed offside. Longwood touches up. This is Munch. Bellaro with the poke, and then the outlet pass hit him. And Maresca, who has 2 goals tonight for Longwood. There's a teammate calling for it, but Lawler wrestles him down, and here comes Palladino. Palladino to the circle, saves Stabinski, and he holds on. So look at that chance for gaudy yellow here. Great heads-up pass by Nicotri. Against the grain there, unable to reach it was Huber, but it hits off the post. Second shy of halfway through the third. Now Stabinski with a bit of mask trouble. And we'll take a look at that chance just after the try off the post. Point shot from Byers. Redirected by a Fryer, save made, and then Nicotri jams the rebound wide. Stabinski to the bench. Of course, earlier in the game, Nocerino had a mask issue during play, and the puck ended up in the back of the net as he was trying to get the ref's attention. And while Stabinski gets repairs, Nocerino is back in the hockey game. Fink will just fire it out. And this will not be an icing as it catches an edge and slows up. Near giveaway. Maresca got a stick on it. Instead, it's Espremonti back in, offside. .7:10 left. Friars in control here on the South Rink. Getting a well-deserved break after this one before their next game on the 7th of January. 9 p.m. puck drop against Connecticut Sayville, who Longwood just beat 6-2 7 days ago. Longwood, a little bit of a longer break. Their next game the 14th of January, 9 p.m. against Sachem. Both those games, as always, can be seen here on the LI Sports Network. Here's Camastro. Camastro takes a bump from Hickson, who's played the body tonight. Jacopi stumbles down. Look out, Munch loading up with bodies on the ice and hit one of the Longwood players and cleared out. This catches an edge, but this is an icing. Well, the Friars taking care of business tonight. JV up 9-3 currently. Last time I checked, their varsity team on the north side was getting it done as well against Warden Melville. 5-1 currently. That one likely late in the second, perhaps very early third. This is Byers. Flips it ahead, intercepted. And taken away by Zeno and back out. And then he'll steal the puck away as the pass was found on. Down goes Giacoppi. Refs seem to not be calling too much at this juncture. Hickson goes across to Byers. And the defenseman Byers in. Byers save made. Rush up ice there by number 14, or rather number 21, excuse me, Jake Byers. Looking to get a goal for himself. He's got 3 on the season. Wouldn't have quite turned the game upside down, but could have been a big goal momentum-wise for Longwood heading into the new year. Takeaway, and here come the Friars again. Espremonti turns and ran out of real estate there. Bellaro with the steal. Nice little move around Espremonti. Now outlets. 3-on-2 here for Longwood. Shot on. That one looked like it glanced off perhaps the crossbar and out of play. Well, the shot from Brandon Nicotri. Right off the bar. Right off the face-off, the coterie tried to throw one on goal and miss. Bolaro shot. Pinballs wide. 5 minutes remaining. 6-goal lead for St. Anthony's. Healy had it knocked away by Shepard. That one gets past Waller. Bolaro gets a piece. Delayed offside as he touches it back in. That one takes a weird hop. Stays in for Longwood. Bolaro. At the line, able to hold it in, and now Bolaro turns, slides it across, shot on, save made, rebound there, chipped back on, a couple more saves for Huber. It's still loose. And Bolaro has it wrestled away by Lawler. A coterie for Bolaro. Nice move. Chris Bolaro back in, slides it across, Shepard on, save made Huber, no rebound. One last reminder, coming up next, KPC Northport Huntington JV Hockey. And our final game of the night here on the South Rink. Final 4 minutes here, Munch looks ahead. Hard strides up the ice, Daniel Munch. Perhaps the unsung hero of this game for St. Anthony's. Doesn't have many points tonight, if any. No goals, no assists, but he has just been everywhere for the St. Anne's team. And Trezera stumbles down into the boards. That allows Longwood to come back in. Maresca drops it to Arenzo as a teammate going towards the goal. Slid on goal, save Huber. Puck ends up in the corner. Munch able to shake free of Maresca. Gains the center red and fires it in. Byers takes the puck away, goes up to McLaughlin. Slides one across towards Arenzo. Munch gets in the way of him. Backhands it up the ice. It gets through Hickson. And Byers resets. Gave it away to Welter. Hickson gets locked up. Centering pass. One more save for Nocerino. Looks like at this point they'll just finish the game out, though Stabinski does have his mask back on. Flipped in by St. Anthony's, and they'll get 4 fresh players out there. Here's Arenzo. Pass intercepted by Lawler, back in. Camastro going to the goal. Saucer pass, he couldn't settle it. Here's Lawler. Has Healy in front. Trying to get the pass through. Hit his stick. Wrap behind the net. Centering pass hit Nocerino. He was not ready for that and cleared away. Dangerous pass. Arenzo trying to catch it. Pape kept it away from him. 100 seconds left. Healy works it in. Hickson. Healy got by him. Healy trying to get by a few more Lions. Couldn't. It pops out to the other side, and Nocerino putting the no sir in his last name with that save. Back down the ice. This will be one more icing here against Longwood. .116 left, face off to the left of Nocerino. One back, and then forced back out to the line, and Trezera kept it alive again. Healy, back door in front, Lawler ran out of room and put it high. Centering pass picked off by Bolaro, final 60 seconds. Puck just tied up on the outside of the goal behind the net. Wrapped around. Pape gets to it. Throws it down towards the corner. This is Bellaro. Gave it away. Aspromonte couldn't get through. Bellaro off the ceiling and out of play with 34.8 left. Longwood gave St. Anthony's a run for their money in the first period a little bit. Early second as well, but the Friars gonna pull away here in the Coatry. Drops it, one more save for Huber with 21.9 left. Puck down, and Friars will look to put this one to bed. Bellaro holds it in. One more try. Huber, one more save, and we'll have one more face-off with 7.6 left. Puck down, Maresco, one last try at the Hattie. Could be a breakaway there for the Friars in the dying seconds. They'll fire it down, Will Camastro. That'll do it. Wire to wire, a strong win tonight for the Friars. 9-3 over Longwood. I promise that rhyme was not intentional. That was off the cuff. St. Anthony's wins and improves to 12-1 on the season. Longwood drops to 7-4-2. And the Friars will certainly enjoy their Christmas, Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's break before being back at it, before you know it, in the New Year's, as we're just about at our All-Star break, if you will, as well, here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Thank you so much, though, for tuning in. Reminder, KPC and Northport Huntington up next for everyone here at LISN tonight. Over on the North Rink, Travis Quigley and Paul Trentini. For Johnny Malizia on the camera here on the South Rink, I'm Brady Campbell. The final score, St. Anthony's Friars 9, Longwood Lions 3. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League right here on the LI Sports Network.